up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the Super Cool Nerd Show. Thank you for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation for another week of news, nerdetry, and YouTube and XSplit suddenly changing. How everything operates and having to learn it. Anyway, hi, how are y'all doing out there? I'm not stressed at all having to learn a completely new graphical user interface and streaming. But how are you doing out there? I'm Jason the X. I don't do this show by myself. The person down here, over here, that's Ricardo.
What up, guys? It's been a great week for me. I'm excited to tell y'all a little bit about it. Huh?
I'm happy to hear that. Cora, we're gonna go into our weeks in a little bit. Cora, how you doing over there, kitty lady?
Yan, yan, yan.
Oh, God, she does it.
I'm good.
I encourage that. I'm sorry for everybody out there who didn't think she would do that. Yeah.
You should know that I will keep doing this again and yan again.
Oh God. Anyway, we got some big news this week. It's still we're still all locked up because of COVID, but going out sparingly. So anyway, while we do have some big news this week, what's everybody been doing? What's everybody been up to this week? Cora, go ahead and tell us how's your week been.
It's been all right. I've actually been spending the time unintentionally doing the Witchtober art challenge where you draw witches for the month of October. I'm not following a set list and I'm not giving myself like a set number to do. I'm just kind of sketching and seeing what comes to mind and just kind of using this as a practice to get better with markers and ink. Like so far I have this baby. I'm very proud of him. He sparkles.
Down.
Down.
No, you only showed like the legs. Down.
I know, because that's where the sparkle is right here.
Okay, well, I want to see the rest of it. Down.
Okay.
Down. There we go. There's sparkles in the hat, too.
There's sparkles everywhere on this thing.
Oh, the sparkles.
Yes, all the glitter. My only regret is I used a different white ink than I usually do, and I didn't test it. So it kind of bled when I put my brush pen over it, so I have to wait longer or I have to go back to my old one.
All right, cool.
Lesson learned. Test your supplies before putting them on your final product.
Yeah, everything.
Don't be me.
Don't be. Hey, Rick, what you been doing this week?
Well, I had a date on Monday, so that was great.
Yay.
Ooh.
And just kind of watching the demise of certain companies and Harris taking Pence to school and
Oh, is that a fly on my head? Hang on a second.
and
what you're supposed to do.
got my first pair of D&D dice.
Nice.
I got two of them actually. I got two things of D&D dice, and that's how it starts, right?
That's how it starts.
Yep.
You
That's
have to
how it
get a
starts.
Crown Royal bag next. That is the law, actually.
So that is the law. Okay, so yeah, it's been great, and I already got like
your own custom dice bag if you have class. Cora's got class. She has like her own, like you got a custom dice bag, like
and
Kind of. Go on.
Go ahead. Go.
I was gonna say I got a burlap bag like from or a suede bag from like Madness or something that was just plain, and I put some pins from my favorite artists on there. Which I felt very D&D, like the one of dragon scales and the one with the crooked gold star that said I tried.
Whereas I just had to buy a bottle of Crown Royal and drink it, and then all for the bag. I suffer for D&D, Oh, I gotta drink this liquor. Oh my God.
I got 2 bottles of 2-year-old aged mead from a friend of ours.
Oh, nice.
So for a D&D game, but also I planned out like 3 or 4 couples cosplays already, so that's a thing. It's been a very fast week.
I watched Monsterland on Hulu, a series I was very excited for and ultimately was disappointed by.
Oh, damn.
That makes me sad.
There's a theme on all of them, and I figured out what the theme was like 4 episodes in, so it's like I kind of know what I'm going to get, and I didn't like it, so... it's an anthology. There's some redeemable stories in there, but honestly, it wasn't what I wanted. And yes, the theme of these will hit you over the head like a ton of bricks, and I didn't like it. But I did watch, like I said, I've been watching a lot of stuff on streaming. They put old Super Sentai episodes up on Tubi TV, like
Oh,
secret
cool.
series.
Ooh.
And I've been like, awesome. And they even have a certain Kamen Rider series on there subbed. So if you like Tokyo stuff, check out Tubi. Go figure. I've been kind of like a free participant of that, but I might actually pay for a membership now. I don't know. I got to see. But anyway, let's go ahead and start moving on. I got one big story I'm going to open it up with because speaking of companies in demise, well, let's go ahead and kick this thing off with some super cool nerd news. All right, on to some super cool nerd news. Now, this one, it doesn't really fall into the realm of like video games and everything, so I'm starting off with our lead story. But GameStop has announced that they are pursuing what they call a multi-year strategic partnership with Microsoft. Now, news of this immediately shot up GameStop's stock price. I think they went up like almost 127%. Because this company for a long time has been on a decline. Less people going in to buy games. Less people going in to trade in games. Go figure. It's a running meme of they don't give you crap for your games. Also, you know, just bad customer service. There's just been a number of reasons not to shop at GameStop. Well,
they will cancel your pre-orders without telling you.
Oh, yeah. But this partnership, basically, Microsoft is going to be doing a lot of the infrastructure for these stores as far as using things like Microsoft Teams so that they can talk back and forth between each other. Using tablets for point of sale while in the store, basically so that employees can go out onto the floor. So let's register stuff and check you out there. They're all going to be getting basically Surface devices, and that's going to be like their inventory and everything. It's very streamlined. It does sound very tech savvy what they're doing. They're rolling out Microsoft 365 and Teams to all of the stores. So there'll be more. It's going to make their communication for asking questions, find out if they have something in stock a lot better. And I am questioning this for this purpose. Is Microsoft about to improve GameStop and then buy them? Because I'm sorry, if I'm putting a major stake, I'm just let me be a greedy asshole for a second. Hi, I'm Microsoft. I'm a corporation. I'm going to give you access to all of these tools and equipment that I have, and just news of this will make your company's stock prices go up. Look at how successful I've made you. Look at what I've done for you. Throw out every product that's not mine. I'm guessing a year until it's now Microstop.
That's being generous.
I mean, I'm giving them time. I'm letting them get past. I don't know. This is it's basically Microsoft putting gas in a car that's like has no wheels.
Yeah.
So I'm really questioning if they're not about to make a major play for GameStop. Remember, I said it here for when they do. GameStop's chief executive officer said, "This is an exciting day at GameStop as we announce the advancement of an important partnership that capitalizes on the power of our operating platform and significant market share." I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ridicule that. To accelerate our digital transformation, drive incremental revenue sales, and over time, further monetize the digital world of gaming. Now, it's no secret. They have been just closing stores left and right. They ordered a bunch of terminals, and if you follow Camelot331 on YouTube, he gets in on a lot of the information. But basically, they ordered new point-of-sale terminals, but they only ordered enough to cover half of their stores. What does that tell you? Them stores ain't going to be open.
Yeah.
I don't know. Thoughts from the both of you?
I think, I mean, that's going to be weird if it's all Microsoft owned, but they sell Sony and Nintendo. That's the kind of the weird thing. Like, at what point do you say, "Hey, Sony, Nintendo, we're not going to sell you unless you give us a higher percentage of your sale," or something, and then they just become what they already had before, which were Microsoft stores, which guess what? They closed all of those. So that's the thing that I find weird is if they buy out GameStop and they refurbish it or whatever, refurbish it. um, but like, will they continue selling Sony and Nintendo, Sega, whatever else is all out there? So that's kind of my question about it, and is yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Cora, what do you think?
What I could see happening, and maybe this is just me trying to see the good in it, or I say good, but like less greedy corporation.
That's bad.
Less. It's still greedy. I still see them selling Nintendo and PlayStation. Like, I still see them selling those kind of products because it's still profit for them to do that, especially with a lot of those systems and games being super popular. But putting more of an emphasis on their sales and advertising for Xbox and Microsoft games. So maybe they would carry, I mean, they already had a bigger selection of Xbox games than they ever did of some of the other selections of stuff. So maybe those selections would either get smaller or they would just put like how they have the cardboard cutout standees and stuff and every for advertising in the store. We would see less of the stuff for Nintendo and PlayStation and Sony and any other games of that nature and see more merchandise and advertising for Microsoft specific properties.
I'm really curious where this is going. I mean, GameStop, let's face it, they're still like the guy for, the company for selling retail video games. They still dominate the market, but it's because there's no competition.
There has never been competition.
I would like to see this maybe drive a new competitor to the market to give them maybe a bit more of a run for the one, besides big box stores like Walmart and Target.
Yeah.
But who would start a company selling games when obviously everything is going more towards digital? Like, we've got an Xbox and a PlayStation coming out that's going to be pure digital.
That's a very good point.
No one's going to try to start a brick and mortar store to sell video games to compete against GameStop.
Especially
that doesn't make
on
sense.
a national level. So, man.
I mean, we've got FX Games and Plano next to Madness,
yeah,
but
these are all independent and support your independent sellers, mind you. Don't just.
But also the thing to keep in mind with things like FX Games and games like or stores and Game Over, they sell retro games. They sell older games. They don't always sell brand new games. So if someone sells them a brand new game, like if I went and sold Animal Crossing New Horizons to them, for example, then they would have a newer title, but unless someone does that, they're not getting those. So they're still not competition for GameStop. They're the product of GameStop ending their sales of older console games.
And mind you,
that's it.
As much as I complain, I don't want to see GameStop go away. I'd like to see them
do
better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do better, but not go away.
We do have a friend that works for GameStop in the corporate office. I can see if I can get some info.
They also, I mean, I have friends that work for GameStop as well. I don't want them without a job, but we'll see. This is a big overhaul. They're still trying. They're still punching. They're still a contender. If this is mainly just for the infrastructure side of it, great, because it's already shown improvement to their market share. So,
yeah.
Anyway, all right, that was my 2 cents. Cora, give us a news story.
All right. Well, I have plenty to choose from. All of my news this week is anime related.
Well, let's start with movie anime.
All right. I will go ahead and start with something that's a bit more westernized then. The studio Cartoon Saloon, which if you guys have seen such animated films as The Secret of Kells and Song of the Sea, or even The Ladies of Beville, I believe. I do not remember the name of that movie, but I remember it was good. If you remember those titles, then you will be extremely excited to know that today they announced a new film coming to theaters and Apple TV called Wolf Walkers.
Ooh.
The visuals are absolutely stunning and beautiful. I love their animation. It's always so fluid and flowing. Very easy to watch. You basically have this little girl. She wants to be a hunter like her father. And while out hunting, she runs into what is called a wolf walker, someone who can communicate with wolves. And during the day is a little girl, and during the night turns into a wolf. And an unlikely friendship forms, and of course that will bring complications since wolf walkers and wolves are the enemies of the humans that live in the village. So it's kind of the plot at its base seems pretty simple, but with this studio, it's never always just a simple this and that. There's always very clever ways that they have to get around the problems that they have. Especially, like, I compare this a lot to Secret of Kells so far, because it has that same kind of nature, pagan, magic kind of feeling to it. And honestly, if you haven't seen that movie, please go watch it. It's a very just beautiful film. The music and art is gorgeous. They always do new scores for their movies, so all the music will be original scores, not just like pop music.
And I'm playing the trailer along with it, but I did watch the trailer earlier. The music is awesome.
So where can people find this?
For Wolf Walkers, this will be available on Apple TV on December 11th. However, it will also be in theaters, I believe, on the same day in the United States, China, France, Ireland, and Japan. I don't have specifics on the rest of the world. Again, since they announced it today, they may not have that information.
Okay.
But it will be. It's not going to be Apple TV exclusive, but it will be available on Apple TV for those who don't want to chance the theater. Which, hey, I'll take it. This will be the first time I buy anything on Apple TV.
I gotta say, I was impressed by just the trailer. It looks good.
Yeah, and again, if you like the trailer, if you like what you see, and you want to see or get an idea of what you're getting into, watch Song of the Sea. Watch Secret of Kells. Song of the Sea was nominated for Best Animation, and it's a beautiful film. God,
Right.
I just really love this studio, guys.
Just with this and what you've told me, yeah, I'm gonna give Song of the Sea a try this week. I'll let you know next week what I think of it.
If you like Selkies,
I don't know.
then you're gonna like it, huh?
I don't know what those are. Anyway, Selkies? I don't know. I think it's a whole other
A Selkie is an Irish monster, or is a monster from Irish folklore, or a fae of Irish folklore. They are women that can disguise themselves as seals, and men and sailors tend to steal their hides because if they steal their disguise, they are basically bound to them. They can't leave until they find their skins. It's very interesting. Like, I highly recommend looking up Selkie lore. Just Irish fae folklore is insane, y'all. That's the easy to digest stuff.
All right, well, I'm going to have to check it out, and this does look pretty good, though. So. All right, Rick,
Yes.
continue with some movie news. What have you got?
Movie. Okay, hold on. I was gonna go somewhere else, but I'll go with movie news. We got some awesome, actually pretty cool MCU news today. Benedict Cumberbatch will join Spider-Man 3 as Doctor Strange, giving more speculation to that whole Spider-Verse thing, since the next Doctor Strange movie is called something about the multiverse. I forget the actual name of it off the top of my head, because I am that kind of a person right now. Anyways, yes, today it was an exclusive on Hollywood Reporter. Of course, now it is all over the place. Cumberbatch is now going to be, they're thinking maybe probably like a mentor role, kind of like Tony Stark was, and a little bit of kind of how we thought it was Nick Fury, but if you haven't watched it, do the thing. But yes, Cumberbatch is joining Spider-Man 3 with Tom Holland. And we also have Electro, who was played by Jamie Foxx in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. He's also coming back. So again, that whole speculation of a Spider-Verse is really starting to gain steam on that one. So, and they think putting Strange in this is going to explain the return of Electro and who knows who else. Maybe what's his name? Molina as Doc Ock. I mean, we already have Morbius with what's his bucket?
So
No,
Leto?
Morbius. They had Vulture appear in the trailer,
Oh yeah, they did.
and it's now it's a whole thing. So they will start shooting Spider-Man 3 in Atlanta this year. While Multiverse of Madness, which is a Doctor Strange movie, will be start filming this month supposedly, but of course, with the darkness kind of going around, everything's kind of all over the place. There has been no comment by either Marvel or Sony. But John Watts, who was a filmmaker behind The Homecoming and Far From Home, will be the director again for the third installment, which currently has a December 17th, 2021 release. Of course, that could change depending on things. And of course, we got Zendaya, Marisa Tomei, Tony Revolvi, and Jacob Batalon. They're all expected to make a comeback. And of course, hopefully we get a little more info with John J. Jonah Jameson, who made the nice little surprise cameo at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home.
So Disney has never smelled some money that they don't want. Okay? Because the best Spider-Man movie this year was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Okay? That made money. I've rewatched that movie so many times. Nothing against Tom Holland and anything that Disney has put out. I love that stuff too. But what was a better movie? I just heard my family from the other room say Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So,
I mean, it had a better soundtrack too.
no, it was a better movie, period, I think. So my whole thing is they want some of that. They can't have Sony making the better Spider-Man movie. So they want that money. And since we have the rights to the Sony films, all of them now, I see, well, of course, we saw the 3 Spider-Man on the Electro thing, which I was really like, why is Jamie Foxx coming back as Electro? That makes no sense. Now it makes perfect sense because Disney wants a little bit of that live action change. So go for it, I guess.
I'm all in. Cora?
I'm willing to see where it goes.
Absolutely.
I'm willing to observe before I make a final judgment.
I mean, some people, they were talking about Into the Spider-Verse was going to have a scene with Toby and Andrew from the other Spider-Man films, but they just couldn't get it done. So Disney is like, hey.
And they did tease the whole multiverse thing in Far From Home, which it kind of ended up not being a thing. But of course, everyone's like, oh, there's a multiverse?
Yeah, they did set
What
the framework.
What if we get a segment, let's go with the theory that this is a multiverse movie. Mm-hmm. What if we get a segment where they go into a multiverse, they fall into the Spider-Verse multiverse, so we get an animated version, so we go from live action to an animated segment? I would lose it. Okay. That would be cool.
Yes. Absolutely.
And they could, and Sony, and I mean, they're with Sony right now. They could very easily work with the animation studio to make that happen, and I'm sure they would be like, "Okay, I've already got my pencil. Let's go."
Tom Holland,
imagine,
like, am I animated?
could they possibly get the voice actor? Because John Mulaney kind of looks like Peter Parker does a little bit. I think if I have the face correctly, bring him into the live action side of it.
Look. I just want to say right now, if I ever see John Mulaney unironically in a Marvel movie, I'm not sure I could handle myself because I wouldn't be able to.
Guys, also remember who played Noir Spider-Man?
Oh, Nick Cage would take that money in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Nicolas Cage. This is yes, I'll do it. Whatever it is, I'll do it. Please, just how soon can I get the money? The power's about to go off.
Hey, he's been doing a bunch of crazy movies.
No, he's been doing a bunch of crap movies. We talked about that last week. But I mean, can Disney get somebody? Yes, they're gonna be like, I'm gonna write you a check, and then I'm gonna start adding zeros onto it. You let me know.
And
what? Uh, uh, wait. Okay, we got you. We got there. It's Disney. So I totally would love to see Cora's idea, though.
I'm all in for that.
Like, it's been a while since I have wanted that kind of stuff in a movie. But maybe it's also because I've been rewatching Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and I've just been in that zone.
That's
Yeah.
a great film.
God, I love that movie.
I honestly want to watch it now that I've heard that. So yeah,
Good.
when did it come? Okay, so yeah, we've been getting a little off topic, more of our wish list here, but definitely Doctor Strange being involved and the multiverse of madness and everything. Yeah, I can dig it, and I guess we'll just wait to see what's happening with that. All right, okay, I got another one for movie news. If you haven't, if you've been over to Hulu, I missed this movie when it first came out. I didn't go to the theater, but Addams Family, the animated movie, is on Hulu right now, and it's very good. It's actually very good. It's like the old comic strip. Well, today, as you can see by the image over here, it was announced there's a sequel for Addams Family 2. And this Wednesday, a sequel, not original, is my favorite thing for the day. I love this. It's a quick little teaser, but if you have a chance, go over to Hulu and check it out. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it was one of those where I was like, I'm sorry I didn't go see this while it was in the theaters. Have you guys seen this one at all?
No, they were showing trailers at the movie theater, and the only thing I remember, one, I was excited because it was Oscar Isaac as Gomez, who I want him to play a live action Gomez, because I think he would pull it off. The only thing I really remember from the trailers was Uncle Fester going, "You sunk my battleship."
That's just a small part of this movie. But it was announced one person from the cast will not be returning. Finn Wolfhard was actually the voice of Pugsley. He is not coming back to the cast. He's probably got a lot of stuff on his plate. Just saying. He will be replaced by Javin Wana Walton, who was on Euphoria and Utopia. And Bill Hader is actually joining the cast as well. He was announced. So.
Ooh.
I love him.
I mean, it's Bill Hader. I said Bill Hader, but yeah, it's Bill Hader. Who doesn't love Bill Hader? So I'm excited just because I was surprised at how good Addams Family was when I saw it on Hulu. And if you get a chance, go watch it. It's great.
I'll try to. I missed it when it came in theaters, but
a lot of people did. But here's your chance to make up for it. Go check it out on Hulu. Okay, anybody else got anything movie related, or should we move into television now?
I got 2 more movie things.
I also have a movie thing.
Okay,
go ahead, Cora.
Rick, you go for your movie since you got 2.
Oh, okay.
Go to Cora and then back to you.
Okay, so one of them is really minor. So this one will be real quick, and then the second one, I mean, they're both kind of minor, but they're both important. So we got a teaser poster, which I posted on the SCNS page. Jurassic World Dominion. We got a teaser poster. And we also got a date, which got pushed almost back a year. It is now coming out June 10th of 2022, which is a whole year later than originally planned. It was supposed to come out next year. But unfortunately, they have shut down production due to the darkness. They've had a couple of positive tests on set. No word on who or what or anything, but they shut down anything for 2 weeks. Even though the positive tests, when they got retested, came back negative, but they're still taking a precaution just for people's safety. So thank you for that, Jurassic World. But yeah, everything got pushed back a year, and we've got an amazing cast list there. You can see there in the poster. Of course, we've got Lauren Dern, Jeff Goldblum, and Sam Neill, and B.D. Wong all coming back again from the original movie. Of course, B.D. Wong has been in Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And of course, we also have Bryce Dallas Howard, Chris Pratt, and Omar Sy coming back from, and Justin Smith from Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This one looks badass to me, like the thing in the amber. I'm excited. I've always loved the Jurassic Park World series, so That's coming out a year later than expected. And then the other big news that happened right before the show started was Disney Pixar is no longer releasing Soul at the theaters. They are moving it straight to a Christmas Day release. As far as it has been said, it will be a just added to the Disney Plus. There will be no extra charge like there was for Mulan. It will be set to release on Disney Plus on December 25th, Christmas Day. So another blow to movie theaters, but I guess a kind of good thing for the Disney fans that don't have to shell out an extra $30 for this film. I've seen trailers for this. It looks really cute. I'm very excited for it. Jimmy Fox is the lead voice for this movie. So yeah, Soul moving to Disney Plus. It was supposed to come out in November, right around Thanksgiving, like most Pixar movies do for Disney. But this time they're going straight to Disney Plus and it's going straight on Christmas Day. So nice little present for everyone there.
All right. Cor, what have you got in movie news? And Grant, yeah, it's the story of everything. Everything's pushed back. Damn you, darkness. Damn you. I'm sorry. I got a little personal there for a second. Just whatever. Fine. At least we'll still get Soul, though. I got Disney Plus. I do want to watch that one. So.
Yeah.
Kind of feel bad for anybody that paid $30 for Mulan, though.
I actually ended up not doing that because I was like, oh, wait, I got to wait 3 months? Oh, I'll just wait 3 months.
Wait a minute. Did we really wait 3 months? Because it's out now, right?
No.
Oh, well, whatever.
It's coming out December 4th, I think.
Oh, well,
sorry, go ahead, Cora.
On Disney Plus, so we can watch that over there.
Go ahead, Cora. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. All right. This is a new anime film. This one is probably a little bit more niche, but I'm going to talk about it because I really like this anime. So Natsume's Book of Friends will be coming out with a new film called Natsume's Book of Friends: The Waking Rock and the Strange Visitor. This will be out on January 16th in theaters in Japan. No word yet on when it will be released over here in the States, sadly. But this movie will have, as the title suggests, 2 different stories. Before I talk about that, I do want to give a quick synopsis for Natsume's Book of Friends for people who don't know the show. You have a character, Natsume, who has been able to see yokai since he was a kid. And of course, that did not make it easy to make friends. And the yokai also don't really like him either. So he kind of grew up kind of alone. He inherited a book from his mother, or from his grandmother. And it was basically all of the souls that his grandmother had, all the souls of yokai that his grandmother had, conned into selling to her. So the whole premise of the show is him trying to help these yokai and free them from this. Obviously, not all of them are going to follow that, but that's the premise for the show. It's actually really, really cute. For the movie, we have 2 stories. Ishi Okoshi, which is about a yokai named Mitsumi who is entrusted to wake a divine yokai, and Natsume becomes intrigued, so helps him out. The second one, Ayashiki Raihosha, can't even read my own handwriting, talks about a mysterious visitor that's been visiting Natsume's friend Tanuma. And while the yokai is harmless, the character's health starts to deteriorate slowly, so it'll be interesting to see how that is resolved and focused on in the film. Again, that comes out in January in Japan. We don't know when it's coming out here. I need to know. Huh?
Couple of questions about cat wearing tuxedo mask here. Is that a cat mask?
No, that is actually a cat. Okay. That is basically a little yokai that follows him around.
Stop doing that. Stop that. Stop.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway. Yeah. Okay, just making sure. I was curious.
Yeah. Also, unlike Tuxedo Mask, he actually does something.
I mean,
damn,
it's true.
Oh. Shots
It's true.
fucking fired.
I
He
inspired
shows
you,
up at the
girl.
end of the episode to do nothing. Tuxedo Mask is useless.
I mean,
Except in like very specific episodes. Very
as a
specific.
watcher of Sailor Moon, I cannot argue with you on this one. Okay.
Also, can we appreciate just real fast that Tuxedo Mask gets kidnapped more than the Sailor Scouts?
Well, I mean, I've always said Sailor Moon is pretty much Super Sentai for girls. So
Yeah.
you have to have your April O'Neil. And unfortunately, Tuxedo Mask is an April O'Neil. Okay. I'm waiting for the episode where they say, look, we rescue him a lot. And I got things to do today.
I mean, Mars would be the one to say it, so.
I'm going to keep it real. I made plans. And do we really need it? Just throwing it out to a vote. It's a 5-person vote. Somewhere along the line, he may not get rescued, but whatever. Anyway, this once again another cute anime that Core's found, but look, sounds interesting.
Yes.
I need to watch more anime anyway.
I recommend it. It's got enough action to keep people entertained, but it's also got a really cute premise. It's a lot like Mushishi in that regard.
All right, well, I guess that's a good move into some television news. This is a story I wanted to
Rick
get-
has. I thought
No,
Rick had
that
one
was it.
more.
I did it too.
Oh,
so
Yeah.
quick.
Bless.
I'm paying
though.
attention.
Bless.
I've got a good one that I'm very excited for. I've talked about it, but Invincible, one of my favorite comic book series. And if you haven't seen it, you should go check out some of the trade paperbacks because it's a really, really good series. And it has been announced it's been coming to Amazon for quite some time. But now we got our first trailer, which I'm trying to do that and talk at the same time while I look for it. This is why I don't normally run the board and talk. But anyway, it is coming to Prime Video. Wait a minute, that's not it. That's not it. There we go. Let me push that live. So anyway, yes, Invincible is coming to Amazon. This is about a kid who basically has a superhero father, in case you missed some of that. And he is invincible. This is written by Alex Kurtzman. The lineup of actors, I'm going to read it again. Sandra Oh, Seth Rogen, Jillian Jacobs, Zazie Beetz, Mark Hamill, Walton Goggins. Just damn. Kevin Michael Richardson, who is a legend, and you should go follow him on Twitter. He is the man. No release date. It is still supposed to be sometime in 2021. But yeah, this is to give you a synopsis in case you haven't heard of Invincible and haven't read any of the books. Invincible is an adult animated superhero show that revolves around 17-year-old Mark Grayson, voiced by Stephen Yeun, who's like every other guy his age, except that his father is one of the most powerful superheroes on the planet, Omni-Man, voiced by J.K. Simmons. As Mark develops powers of his own, he discovers that his father's legacy may not be as heroic as it seems. And yeah, if you've read the book, it's oh, my video stopped playing because I was up there talking and stuff. Well, I don't know if it stopped playing or just ran through. It was a minute long, so it probably already ran through. So anyway, I am so excited for this. I have Amazon. I'm loving what they're doing with The Boys as far as the translation of comic to screen. And Alex Kurtzman, let's face it, he's been responsible for The Walking Dead for, a while. And then it was not so good. But anyway, somewhere after Look at the Flowers. But anyway, I'm excited for this. This is a great comic series. And if you haven't read it, go buy some trades. It has ended its circulation in comics, so you can get the full story and the full trades. I definitely recommend it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Go support your local comic book stores.
Support your local comic book store. Couple in our areas, Zeus, Madness, go support.
I've bought things from 2 comic book stores this week, so spreading the love.
All right, so keeping in the vein of television, anybody want to go?
Yeah, mine's important.
Okay.
So here at SCNS, usually we don't talk politics. Not really. It's not really the thing for it. But this is severely important. And which years ago, almost 20 years ago, no, over 20 years ago, there was a show on NBC called The West Wing, created by Aaron Sorkin. It was about President Bartlett and his administration. President Bartlett was, of course, played by the one and only. Oh shoot! I lost my train of thought there. Um, Martin Sheen. There we go. I almost said Charlie Sheen. Martin Sheen played President Bartlett, and then his staff, of course, was played by Rob Lowe, Dula Hill, Allison Janney, Jenna Maloney, Richard Schiff, Bradley Whitford, and several other cast members that they have not listed here, and I cannot remember off the top of my head. But with everything that's been going on, Aaron Sorkin and this cast has filmed a theatrical staging of one of the episodes called Hartfield's Landing. The special, titled A West Wing Special to Benefit When We All Vote, will debut on HBO Max on October 15th. The special guests also include, along with the cast that I've said so far, will include former First Lady Michelle Obama, Samuel L. Jackson, former President Bill Clinton, and my hero Lin-Manuel Miranda will also appear in this episode. This will shadow the Orpheum Theater in LA, which the reunion hopes to raise awareness for the nonpartisan nonprofit organization When We All Vote, co-chaired by former First Lady Michelle Obama. Filmed in October with many with many darkness protocols in place. Several images, of course, if you're watching the trailer right here right now, from the gathering have already started to leak on the internet, including a reuniting of Ed and Larry, which West Wing fans will get that reference there. This episode originally premiered in 2002, which was the 14th episode of season 3. For a little kind of brief synopsis, President Bartlett is playing 2 games of chess, one against Sam Seaborn, who is played by Rob Lowe, and Toby Ziegler, who's played by Richard Schiff. And then CJ Craig, played by Allison Janney, and Charlie Young, who's played by Dula Hill, are engaged in a prank war. And Josh Lyman, who is played by the one and only Bradley Whitford, is obsessed over a vote in New Hampshire. It is actually one of my favorite episodes. I love this episode. Actually, it's one that I will go back and watch over and over again, along with like Shibboleth and a couple other ones. But yeah, I'm very excited about this. The trailer, when I watched it earlier today, almost made me cry. I'm about to cry again. Just seeing President Bartlett there with his staff, because when you watch the show, like, it gives you hope. You wish this is how the government functioned. And just seeing Martin Sheen there as President Bartlett again, it's just, he's like a grandfather. And just watch it. I can't say enough about the show. It's one of my all-time favorite shows. So, but yeah, October 15th, HBO special. I will definitely be watching. I hope you will be too. And of course, go out and vote. Get your ass out there and freaking vote.
And early voting has opened up in several places. Early voting in Texas opens up next Tuesday. So
Tuesday, I will be going after work and I will be voting.
So yeah, I love how this is filmed. I love a filming of a stage performance. I like that look. So I'm all for this.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Of course, bring back the West Wing. So, all right, Cord, you got some television news for us, right?
I do, and again, it's very niche, and I just don't care.
You're the queen of niche.
I am the queen of niche. So we have a new sports anime coming out.
Woo!
And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never heard of this sport before, but I am so intrigued by it. So the anime is called Burning Kabaddi. Kabaddi is a sport. Allow me to pull up the wiki page because, dear Lord, I can't remember anything about it. Oh no, the wiki page closed on itself. Well.
Oh.
Let me just pull up Google again. There we go. We're good now. Everything's fine. So Kabaddi is a contact sport with 2 teams of 7 players. The whole objective of the game is for a single player on the offense, the raider, to run into the opposite team's half of the court, tag as many of their defenders as possible, and then return to their own half of the court, all without being tackled by the defenders. And in a single breath, basically.
Okay.
Points are scored tagged by the raider. Oh God, why are they wording sentences terribly? It's interesting. Please just go to YouTube and watch highlight reels. It's fascinating as hell. This is a sport that started in India. Like, this is an ancient Indian sport.
And they made an anime out of it.
And they're making an anime out of it, and I'm just so intrigued. So the kind of premise of it is you have your main character, Tatsuya Hoigoshi, who's the silver-haired guy in the picture. He was the ace soccer player for his team throughout middle school and stuff, but he really doesn't like sports. He doesn't like it. He's invited to join the team, and he's kind of but he watches one of their practices and is like, okay, I want in on this. I'm curious. Our secondary main character, I don't know much about him because I have not read this manga, but I'm going to be researching where I can now, is Masato, and that is the gentleman on the other side of the poster. Both of their voice actors, like, we have their we were given their voice actors. Tatsuya is going to be voiced by Yuma Ichida, which he's done quite a few sports anime. He's in Ace of Diamond. He's in Yowamushi Pedal. He's also the Japanese voice for the Crystal Exarch and Grahatia in Shadowbringers for Final Fantasy XIV, which is the main character, like the main NPC you interact with. So there's that. He's got some cred on his stuff. So I'm very excited to hear him.
I was looking
for
at a
Masato.
little bit of it while you were talking. I'm sorry, I interrupted. I'm sorry,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Real quick, Masato is being voiced by Nobuhiko Okamoto, and a lot of his stuff I'm not as familiar with. He was Origami Cyclone and Tiger and Bunny. He's done some stuff, like, I've heard of the shows. I haven't watched a lot of them. He was also in Ace of Diamond. He's in Log Horizon, which Log Horizon's so good, y'all. Please watch Log Horizon. He's Nishinoya in Haikyuu, which is one of the main characters. So he too has quite a few notches on his cred, and a lot of these are very sports anime related things. Like, and that's just touching on his animation cred. He's got a lot of oh my god, his thing just keeps going. It just keeps going, guys. Like, I'm on the wiki page trying to find stuff that I recognize, like, instantly, and it just keeps going. Oh god.
He's a busy man.
Yeah, he's been voice acting since at least 2006. So his cred is just, it just keeps going and going and going. It's like the Energizer Bunny here. So yeah, there's some good cred already on this show. So I'm super excited. Way more than I should be for something I found out about literally today. Or for a sport I found out about literally today. But you were saying, Jason?
Oh, no, I was looking at a little bit of it. It looks interesting. Looks worth checking out.
Yeah, like...
Apparently... Go ahead.
Oh, no, go on.
So apparently they had matches here in Dallas of this sport.
Really?
Yeah, they have...
I have one up right now. It's called Dallas Kabaddi Cup 2019 USA, and it was against Seattle, New York. They had the final cup here in Dallas. We didn't know about it.
Okay.
They have international competitions for this sport, and it's just incredible. Like, because it was like, oh, it's mostly a South Asian thing starting in India. I'm like, oh, okay. It's the national sport of Bangladesh. Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
There's also a league in Europe. What? And then it just keeps going. Like, the more you read the wiki page, the more it's like,
well,
what?
Well, I'll check it out. We got a couple of stories to burn through, so
Yes,
I
sorry.
wanted to get to
Just
this one last week, but in television news, we got an announcement for the Hawkeye series, which apparently is still coming to Disney Plus at some point. But this one makes me very excited because we have our bad guy for the series, and it is revealed to be
yes.
Whitney Frost, better known as Madame Mask. Apparently, she is also in the comics. She's worked with Count Nefaria, and she's been an assassin. But this makes me real interested because they had a very great comic run with her, Hawkeye, and Kate Bishop.
Yes.
Where Kate found out that her dad was one of her clients. So this further solidifies this is going to be a series about maybe Hawkeyes plural and Kate Bishop maybe taking the reins over.
Good.
Quick news: no one has been cast yet, but just a little bit. Madame Mask, no powers, but she's an expert marksman. Her mask also protects her from any kind of bullets, anything. But we also did find out Clint's brother, Barney Barton, a.k.a. Trickshot, will also be appearing in the series. We don't know. That's pretty much it that we have. We don't know anything else about S.H.I.E.L.D. or anything. But yeah, this is pretty much setting up our new Kate Bishop for the MCU.
Sweet.
Hold on.
You got excited when I mentioned Clint's bro?
Yes, because do you understand what this means? This means I might actually finally get what I have been begging Marvel for since Hawkeye was introduced, and that is his origin story for everyone to see, because it's actually a kind of interesting origin story. And then, do you know what I will get to see? I will get to see him in that nasty circus costume that is his comic book costume. God. That's all I want. I want to see Jeremy Renner wear that horrible costume. Please.
The purple or green one?
The purple one. Oh, God. The purple one with the mask and everything. The whole reason he wore that for so long is because that was his circus costume.
All right.
I want it. Please, Marvel. Please.
Well, there's series is still expected in 2022, but yeah, Madame Mask. They still have not cast Kate Bishop, and I'm telling you right now, just pick up Haley Steinfeld. She's great.
I volunteer.
No, I want Haley Steinfeld to play Kate Bishop.
But
no, it would take you away from this show. Sorry, no, can't have. But we'll see. We're still expecting it in 2022. I'm more excited. At least we know it's still coming, because there was, it kind of got quiet there on the Hawkeye front for a little bit, due to reasons. So
yeah.
Anyway. Let's see. Do we have anything else news related? Yeah, I'm all done with mine. Anybody else got anything they need? Oh wait. I had one video game related. If nobody has anything television.
Go for it.
Okay. This is a real quick one. Mortal Kombat has announced yet another person added to their roster. I'm just going to play the trailer. Now, Mortal Kombat 11 has been pretty much throwing in all of the 80s action stars. And every time they put out a new one, I'm just like, all right, cool. Give me more of that. They've put RoboCop. They put the Terminator. Well, we got a new Combat Pack announcement, which will bring Melina and Rain back to the series. So Ed Boon can finally get y'all off of his case about Melina coming back to Mortal Kombat. But introducing John freaking Rambo into the Mortal Kombat series. Which sparked a whole discussion between a bunch of friends of mine, like what 80s property is next to be introduced into the Mortal Kombat series. I've
Bloodsport.
Pliskin, because my friend Taffeta, she was saying she wanted our boy Kurt. She wanted Kurt Russell from Big Trouble in Little China to show up, but somebody was like, it's more likely to be Snake Plissken, which I'll take it. Okay, please don't put Chuck Norris in there. He'll beat everybody. We don't need that. But,
give me Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport.
Okay, I would take Jean-Claude Van Damme in this Mortal Kombat series. Honestly, like, who's next? Who's next to be thrown in there? Ooh, what's his name from Death Wish?
Uh, Willem Dafoe.
No, not that one. No. I can't think of his name right now, but maybe Bruce Lee. I don't know. I'm trying to find it real quick.
So while
Charles
you look
Bronson.
that up,
Put Charles Bronson in there. There.
Okay, there we go.
So yeah, from the chat, do you think we'll get a McFarlane Rambo Mark 11 Mortal Kombat 11 figure? I'd buy it because they put him in all of his mulleted headband wearing glory in this game, and I respect Ed Boon for doing that. So yeah. Bring me more 80s action stars to the Mortal Kombat franchise. I'll be a very happy boy. Anyway. All right. Anybody else got anything?
We got one last thing.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Corey, you had one last anime thing, right?
Yes.
Yes, you do. And then we'll
We have
get
two more things.
We'll get to praising at the end of the show. Go ahead, Cora.
Well, on October 4th, 1995, the world officially got to hear for the first time. Da, 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 da. For those who don't know, Neon Genesis Evangelion came out 25 years ago as of October 4th. 25 years.
Damn.
That is longer. Or that's a long time. Like, it's still baffling to me. I'm trying to process it. And I can't. I thought it came out in, like, a lot later than that.
Time, you are a cold, hard bitch. Just
Like, and I think it's funny. I've never actually watched the show.
I've never finished it either. So, you know.
Like, I feel like there's a part of my anime cred that has been taken away from me because I've never watched it. That's how ingrained it's become. Like, and I say that as a joke. I know that the anime cred thing doesn't exist.
Right.
But I say that as a joke just because it's such a classic and I'm always such a big defender for the classics, whether good or bad. And I can't give an accurate good or bad on Evangelion because I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen clips, and those clips do make me rethink my reality. I mean, I can only imagine what will happen when I finally watch the show.
Oh.
Probably have Jason's Devilman Crybaby meltdown.
It was a meltdown, I'll admit. I didn't want to do anything after that. I just want to go in a corner and cry after watching that one. And lament that the world is a cold, cold place.
It is a cold, cold place.
Well,
Man, and just think, Jason. I think Crybaby handled it nicer than the original OVA did. So that's sad. But yeah, 25 years of Neon Genesis Evangelion. Getting the damn robot.
Well, we do have one last thing. Since we are talking nostalgia, we got to take the last minutes of this show and give respect to the man.
Respect.
Ricardo, hit me.
30 years ago, a Canadian debuted. And he didn't know he was going to become the Ayatollah of rock and rolla. He was going to become Y2J. He was going to become the list. He was going to become the demo god. Le Champion, Chris Jericho. 30 years this man has been wrestling. He just celebrated 30 years of a wrestling career. And in the middle of all that, he's also a freaking rock star with Fozzy. This man is a multi-time world champion with WWE, with AEW, with he's become champions in New Japan, in WCW, in ECW, in AAA, and CMLL down in Mexico. This man has traveled the world. This man has written 4 books. And guess what? there's a fifth one coming, and I've pre-ordered it. It is called The Complete List of Jericho by Chris Jericho, and it lists all of his 2,722 matches. And he goes into detail about all those matches from his 30-year career. I have pre-ordered this book already. If you go to thescribestore.com, you can pre-order it at a discount, and you will get free exclusive audio podcasts only available via pre-order, where he talks about some of his matches. Now, Jason, Cora, out of those 2,722 matches, what have been some of your favorites?
Look, I can't even, I'm not even going to. This man started wrestling at the age of 19, where he began in the Hart Brothers Dungeon. Let's see. Debuted in Alberta as Cowboy Chris Jericho. I'm going over his first match, yes. To working with Lance Storm in Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
They were the Thrill Seekers.
Extreme Championship Wrestling, the WWE, New Japan Wrestling, even on to AEW, who did a special episode Wednesday night celebrating the 30-year career of Chris Jericho. And it is well-deserved, because as far as a guy who's not only still active, he has been consistently active his whole career. He has escaped major, I'm going to say he's been blessed to escape major injuries that have shelved him for a while. But like you said, this man is active. He is rock bands. If there is anybody, I would honestly say...
He was on Dancing with the Stars.
This man has accomplished more than anyone in wrestling as far as how much he's done. A lot of wrestlers have appeared in movies, or they've had podcasts. They've had success outside, but he has had success outside in other different fields. And I don't think AEW will be what it is today had it not been for him. I think he is an entertaining performer, and this is well deserved. And I'm getting this book because that is a lot of matches.
Yeah.
Even if you're not that big of a wrestling fan, you know who Chris Jericho is. So
this man has continually reinvented himself.
Absolutely.
To stay relevant. And it's new and fresh every single time. And if you have not read his books, he's got 4 books out. I highly suggest you go out there and read these books, because the journey Jericho has gone on to where he is now with AEW, with a little bit of the bubbly, with being Le Champion, like, this guy went through it all. And trying to juggle a wrestling, a little bit of the bubbly, juggling a wrestling career with a rock and roll career, that's not easy. And he's able to do it. People sing his theme song as he's walking down to the ramp. I sing it when he's walking down from the ramp.
Well, Cor, did you want to add anything about Chris Jericho or Le Champion or one of his many names?
So I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I've ever watched a match with Jericho.
But
however, I definitely know who he is. Even when I was like a tiny child, when I wasn't even into wrestling, I'm pretty sure my cousin was obsessed with him too. Because I know he was obsessed with John Cena, I know he was obsessed with The Rock, and I'm pretty sure Jericho was on that list too, because when I've seen pictures of him from like the 90s, that looks like a figure that he had or something. So, I mean, I've heard of him. And I don't have anything negative to say about the guy. Only praise, because I've seen like clips here and there. I've just never seen a full match.
I honestly, just if you're gonna say the words greatest of all time as far as Chris Jericho, absolutely. He's not only paved his own path, but he's helped others pave theirs as well. He is definitely, and I don't want to say wrestling senior, But I think just experience-wise, he is definitely there for somebody that has that experience from that generation and is still out there and can still consistently go.
Yeah.
There is no one that has the same credentials as him. And I have enjoyed several of his matches, and this book is well deserved. And any praise on, I mean, he literally said a little bit of the bubbly, and it sparked action figures and actual champagne and mockery songs of him going, "Ooh!" He knows how to get a crowd and keep them. And and that shines in everything he does as a performer. So, yeah, this is well deserved. I don't know when he's going to stop, but I mean, I want him, of course. I don't want to. What I'm trying to say is, we see wrestlers that go too long, and they're broken. But he's not that wrestler.
No, he stayed. He has, like you said, he has stayed relatively healthy. He has stayed, for the most part, injury free. And the thing is, once he's in the ring, they'll put him in the announcer's booth because he's great.
Definitely got the gift of the gab and just has exceeded everywhere he's going. Anyway, Chris Jericho, we salute you here at SCNS Live, and when your time comes, you certainly will be in several Hall of Fames, and of course, the greatest of all time. Anyway, guys, that is our show. Thank you for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation. We'll see you next week for another one. In the meantime, you can follow us over at facebook.com/SCNS Live or on Twitter and Instagram at SCNS Live. But if you want to follow us personally, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JasonTheX. Rick, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram on the Nerdy Rick89, where I'm doing the 366 day challenge. Today was day 282. Yes, 282 today. So we're getting closer to the end of the year. So yeah, you can find me there on Instagram. It's getting harder to post pictures, but hey, there's something in my life that I always love to share. Also, shout out to you, babe.
Cora?
All right. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at CoroDonoArt if you would like to see more of those little witchy boys that I have been drawing. I will be posting some more probably next week. I'm going to be finishing up the couple that I have this weekend that are finished. If you want to follow me for anything Final Fantasy related, you can follow me over on Twitter at chaotic_noodle. The new patch will be dropping on Tuesday, so Wednesday you'll get to see my live tweeting of my pain as I try to make my relic weapon stronger. It's going to be painful.
I'm sorry.
All right, that's it for us. We'll see you guys next week. As we always say around here, keep on
nerding.
Keep on nerding. Remember,